great moment for Chelsea fans. Last night, winning the Conference League, they came from a goal down to, in the end, win it by 4-1. All right, the expectations was that they were going to win this. They've been able to sort of play their B team all the way through it. My younger brother was saying to me, guys, this competition is not meant for a team like Chelsea, but they're in it and they've won it. What did you make of it, Flex?
Do you know what? So
they've completed the set.
They completed the set, and I had to check myself here because I'm not going to lie. I was giving it completed the set, man. No one wants to. You think Real Madrid and Liverpool and all these men are like annoyed they ain't got a Conference League? You know what I mean? It's not where the big teams are meant to be. I was like, what are they even doing in there? And I remember they weren't even meant to be in it. It's because Man United won the FA Cup and pushed them down into it. You know? Do you know what I mean?
Thanks to you then, basically.
So I'm there cussing, saying, "Oh, no,
you might have been
team.
better off you being."
Yeah, exactly. and then fast forward,
yeah.
Look what's happened at my team, and at least they've won it. And so I had to check myself there. I was trying to be a bit cheeky, and I went, brother, you pushed them in there, you know. You made them go in there. I had a word with myself and held my hands outside. But
I'm not having it. Listen, anyway.
Yeah,
I'm going to pipe up.
What I will say is for the football club, it's not something that they're going to be the most proud of forever because they can, they're not meant to be there. And I think the way that they won the game and the way they've stormed the competition proves it. Reece James is a Champions League winner. Cole Palmer's on his way to being world class. Enzo Fernandez has won a World Cup. Moise Caicedo is on his way to being a world class midfielder.
Chalobah Champions League winner.
Do you know what I'm saying? So them players ain't meant to be in that, and it showed when they started to turn it on. And Maresca put the team out that was supposed to start the game. They mashed up them, man, because they ain't meant to be there. But what I won't take away from Chelsea fans, and we shouldn't take it away from them, is forget they spent 1.2 billion and all them thing there. That young crop of players, that is the nucleus of what they're trying to build. It's big for them. And actually, you see, when you see subs run on the pitch when someone scores and you go, "Oh, you man have hardly played." That's not the case for this campaign for Chelsea, because when they're going to all them far places on plastic pitches and cold and kick up, we're laughing at Matisse, the kickoff times at the traffic time in England. 5 p.m. traffic and that. The youngsters were playing. They got the team to the final. They brought in the big man to make sure they get over the line. So that is all of their trophies. So. Big up to the young players who have never won anything in their career and they got to experience that and be part of it. But we shouldn't have this well done, Chelsea, you won the Conference League. We have to be careful with that. So I think...
my angle that I'm coming from, big up to them, it's a trophy.
Yeah.
Just like I said with Spurs, it's a trophy, right? But when I got this, Chelsea, so first thing this morning, I'm going to admit, I didn't watch the game because I was at the...
first half, they were terrible.
I was at the Ghana-Nigeria game last night, which, by the way, people, that was brilliant. The Unity Cup at Brentford, that game, the atmosphere in that stadium, it was absolutely popping. And I'm looking forward to Saturday, the final, Jamaica versus Nigeria. That's going to be some fun. That's why I would have watched it if I weren't there, but I wasn't. I've seen the goals and everything, but I didn't actually watch it live, right? First thing this morning, my brethren Carlton, big Chelsea fan, yeah. Set completed. What did you win? Now, that's when I start to get angry, right? I'm like, yo, listen. Everything you just said, I agree with. For those players and their emergence, they're young. They've got the youngest squad. They're coming through. It's a moment for them. It could be...
Tariq George and these kind of guys.
It can be lift off to things. Don't go coming out now comparing it to this and that, because you shouldn't be...
Yeah, but they're meant to wind you up.
That's
football banter, isn't it?
Mate,
hold on a minute. Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on, Robbie, wait a minute. When you won the Champions League, the Women's Champions League, I know you said it was just...
That's different.
No.
That's different. That's the big one.
You see now? You see? It's the biggest. It's not even that. You see? We catch him straight away.
No, so you should call it a trophy, not biggest. You don't want it like that.
With the women's Champions League,
we can call it biggest.
I'm not putting that in the men's. That's got nothing to do with the men's.
Some Arsenal fans, not you.
Well, I weren't.
But there was a lot.
Listen, right?
Certain man ain't won nothing in Europe this year.
I'm not putting that in the men's. There was a guy who came for me, right? And he was saying to me, "Oh yeah, you haven't even been to no women's." I was like, "Yo, bro, shut your mouth." True. I was at the semi-final. I was at the quarter-final. What are you talking about? I go to a lot of women's games, right? And the women's game is separate to the men's game. And actually, we just kind of having a little laugh at Chelsea because actually the Chelsea women's team has been built to win because they kind of always win in recent times. They've always won the league. They were really going hard after the
Matisse is in the
Champions
chat
League.
saying we've won it all.
Well, yeah. Well,
He's not
They're
wrong.
not
though,
wrong.
Robbie.
They're not wrong.
He's
They're not wrong.
No, they have won it all, but they shouldn't really be.
Yes,
But
because they are,
maybe they're a
they
bigger
can
club.
still celebrate.
But
it.
we have to
good,
be
so
careful with it because, like I
Maybe
said,
they're a bigger club than Real Madrid.
but this is
and
what I'm saying.
Barcelona
The
and
Giants,
Liverpool, and they won it all.
The Giants of Europe don't care that they're not saying we've won it all.
Yeah.
Like I don't, as a United fan, we've won Europa League. We've got a couple of Champions, European trophies as well. I'm not annoyed that we haven't won the Conference League, because if you end up in the Conference League, it means something's wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm saying.
But if you get there,
The clubs
still
with
got to win
more trophies in Europe than Chelsea.
Of course.
6 Champions Leagues, 3 Champions Leagues. We're not really offended by it. But the teams that don't have any, that's who is going to be offended.
And we got
Chelsea
5 European Cups.
Chelsea fans were cussing West Ham fans for singing, about
but swings and
being champions
roundabouts,
of Europe.
innit?
So
It's
that's
what it
all I'm
is.
saying. But I think for those,
It changes when you win.
but I do
something,
think for those players, it's a big money.
massive, man.
For those
They're
young
youngsters.
players, well done to them. You know what I mean?
And listen,
for
Enzo
Enzo
Maresca, man. Let's
for
have it
Enzo
right.
Maresca's
Let's have it right. Yeah.
He's had a great season.
At the beginning of the season, me included, the narrative, and probably rightly so, with what Chelsea had put up in front of us, we didn't have much to go off apart from chaos. The man was getting ridiculed. Oh, your players can't fit in the changing room. I remember he did a press conference. He was like, "Listen,
said
you lot
that.
can talk." Yeah, remember we were laughing at him, and you go, "He's like, you lot can laugh basically, but I work with this 24. This is my squad. I know it's a bit harsh. Them man are sorting out their futures. I don't really know about that. Over here, my training squad is this. The man's locked in. Have they had issues along the way? Yes, they got problems in goal. They got problems at the top end of the pitch. The style of play, they had a difficult period in around Christmas and stuff like that. But he stabilised them, and he has achieved his objective.
He's had
his objective was get us back into the Champions League, get us that money, give us a springboard to build, and obviously it's a minimum requirement you win that Europa
but
Conference
then
League, and
he's achieved his objective. I think he's had a good season.
And
I think when you take over the Chelsea that we saw last season, that's a big job. It'd be like the equivalent of like taking over United now for Ramarin, isn't it? Right?
Yeah.
And
Chaos.
he's you have to say,
And
like
he's
you
brought
said, and he's achieved the objective. And you can see those players are playing for him as well.
Yeah, and you know, if you cast your minds back, and I remember it, how many times did he say it to what Matisse wanted at the start of the season? It was Champions League and win the Conference League. And they've done it. They've accomplished.
Yeah.
And then, we can all
Strong
do the
in-
comparison
strong-
thing. Arsenal wanted to win the league, they didn't do it. But Chelsea have actually ticked off the Champions League and ticked off the trophy. And
that was their kind of
that was the
maximum
base.
ceiling. That was their us. Obviously, if you get better, it's great. But they were like, what's realistic is that we finished it last.
They
We need to
would
get
have
back in
wanted
the
a
top
better
four.
FA Cup run, Carabao
Yeah,
run.
but the main thing
But
was
the main
things-
thing,
you have to win that
you
Conference League
can't
and you've
knock
got to
it.
get top four. They were the non-negotiables,
I
and
don't
they
think
did
we
it.
can knock it because, yes, they've completed the set. It's a set that Real Madrid will never complete. It's a set that Liverpool, Barcelona will never complete. However, they've achieved what they set out to achieve this season. So give Maresca some
listen,
credit.
all jokes aside with me, right? If you're in it, win it.
100%.
And they've won it, right? So
That's it.
I think that trophy, right, is one of the nicest trophies.
Yeah, it looks really good, doesn't
I
it?
like that trophy.
Yeah.
Man.
That one looks
it
like
looks
just
good.
the smaller version of the Europa, because the Europa League one's kind of the same,
Do you know
isn't
what?
it? But it's-
The Europa League's a beautiful trophy.
Europa
as well.
League's a
Yeah,
nice
like the
trophy
way
as
it's
well.
I really
slanted.
like it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
really
I
like
thought that
it.
last Wednesday.
You actually, the Champions League
Dead
actually-
now, rubbish.
Don't you think that Champions League, right, is actually
a
the
little
ugliest
revamp.
of all the trophies?
Yeah,
No,
it is.
I'd say it's
But
the
just the most
beautiful one.
iconic, though.
It's
If
the
you have that,
No, it's
how big it
iconic.
is, it's so iconic.
No, it's iconic. It's wicked, but it's not a stylish.
It's not as
trophy, is it?
sleek, but
Where is? Oh, it's there.
It's not a
I don't
stylish
know,
trophy. though,
when
is it?
you got 6 of them, like we've had a good look at them. do you know what I
Alright,
mean?
move on, man.
Yeah,
Move on,
move
man.
on.
See what you started now. man.
Bex and Robbie need to hold this L. Absolute clown clubs.
All right.
COYB is set. Where is Arsenal?
Come on, you
and Man
Blues.
United's trophy. Okay, come on, that's where they'd go wrong now.
No,
it's
but
a
they're not wrong.
Conference
You've got to hold
League.
it.
I'm not in a
Bro,
position
all
to
right,
be.
so I'll tell you what, Chelsea fans, right? When
Oh,
you
here we
was
go.
You can do this.
no,
I'm
no,
staying out.
15th.
no,
mate.
you're saying
No, I'm
that.
staying out
you're-
because I'm 15th, mate.
No, you're
So
saying
I'm not
that, right?
that.
So why were you celebrating getting into the Champions League?
What do you mean? Oh,
just go back and win it. Go and defend it.
Nah, man.
No, but that's what you're saying, isn't it?
No,
like,
because now you're
don't
You're
listen.
going
The
back on the
Chelsea
point that
fans.
you
So
made
you're
about
saying
the
they
young
can't chat
players.
to you? What
No,
are
no,
you
no,
saying?
no. What I'm saying is just be understated with the win. You won
What? Be
it.
humble in
No,
this
no,
football
no,
thing.
no.
this,
You won
Robbie.
it. You completed the set.
No,
you call it
But
amongst
don't talk to you.
can't
amongst
tell them to be
Yeah,
yourself.
but you don't have no European
No,
pedigree, so they're
no,
going to
no,
come
no.
to you. And you say you're the biggest in London.
You can't tell them to be humble.
Yeah,
you
it's
did
hard.
this for Tottenham. You said,
Brother,
I don't want
I
to be
don't-
in that. You've done it for Chelsea.
I'm
I
not
don't want
being
to be in
humble.
that. Well, win the something
I'm
that
not
you
being
are in
humble.
there.
I don't want to be in that. You asked me.
Well, win the thing that you're in. You're in the Champions League. You're in the Premier League.
I know.
You're in the Carabao.
And we could have won it.
Spent time in Europa.
You
Didn't win it.
You know, it's a bit like you know when you're playing FIFA, the easy level. Right, at the hard level.
What's on amateur?
Robbie, stop,
Yeah,
please,
amateur,
stop.
you're playing on
So,
world class.
you know,
Matisse, I'm defending you here, bro.
Easy level, man.
You won on the amateur level, right? So you're better than the guy.
Shot over his head, amateur.
Oh, bloody hell. Yeah, so go back in it.
Nah, the level, yeah, they did have
Go
players who
back
should
in
have
it.
been playing.
Matisse said no trophy since 2020, and my brother's telling us how to win.
Listen, let this guy shut it,
Dude,
right? Because he sat in here
shut it down.
on Monday, right? Matisse, you criminal. You sat here on Monday.
He's not a
I don't really care about that. All I care about, right, was getting in the Champions
No,
League.
he said
If we
early
win
on
it, we
he
win
wants
it.
to win this. I'll
Yeah.
back
If we
him
win
up.
it, we win it.
said
And then,
must.
He said we must win this.
And then I
it
saw-
would be embarrassing if they
Yeah,
didn't.
right,
Win.
and then I chat to Rory.
And you would have
right?
been the loudest if they didn't win it. Hold on, wait a minute. If
Trust
they
me,
didn't win this,
if Real Betis won, you would have been
exactly.
shameless.
What do you mean,
bro.
nah?
I wouldn't have been going on about
Robbie,
much.
no.
Robbie,
no,
last week on the show,
no,
you said
no,
you
no.
better win that. Last week to Matisse, he said you better win that.
And can I
And
put
they
this
did.
there?
They
Let's
did
be
win it.
honest. And this is what we can
Robbie
all
moving
agree on.
mad
We can
today.
all agree. Robbie, we can all agree. Let's be honest. We're all locking him. Anthony, please.
Yes.
Like, embarrass
Mate,
them.
I was
man.
wearing
Tell
my
me how they
Betis
don't win
shirt last
this.
night.
I'll be honest with you.
I was wearing my
We
Betis
all wanted
shirt
Betis
last
to win,
night.
but they didn't.
The
They
honest
got
to God's-
smoked.
The honest to God's truth, right, is I was at that. I wasn't even at. I didn't watch a game, to be honest. So I was at that game, and I was enjoying that so much.
If you would have watched the first half, you'd have been.
Yeah.
"Oh,
No,
they
no,
get
but
it right." They should have been 2-0 up.
And
Yeah,
somebody
Yeah,
said
they
to me at
should.
half time, they go, "Yeah, Betis are winning 1-0."
What did
Right.
you say
They
then?
go, "Betis win." I said,
Did
it
you go,
is.
yes, get in
I
there?
said that.
They
I
said
said
they'll come back.
I actually said they ain't winning, man. They ain't
Yeah.
not, I said Betis are not beating Chelsea. I go, they're not gonna.
We got Betis, so they're my
Right,
Spanish
so
team.
I actually wasn't even that
Almost
excited.
bet.
Oh, I got a
When-
message
when-
from Matisse. I got a message from Matisse though.
For him.
For him down the lens because I know he's watching. Sancho, you saw what he's capable of. Yeah?
Shameless.
Off the bench, he's part of your European heritage. Yeah, you need experience in that squad. People who are big game players and make impact and find the back of the net. You've been asking for Jadon Sancho to shoot for the longest of times. He's improved. He's heard your calls. So I'm going to take this finger and open up my hand like this. Run me the peas.
Send that
Yeah?
cum.
25 M's. Bargain, Matisse. Bargain, Chelsea fans. You've done a try before you buy. There's no reason to use that £5 million prize money, which you get for actually winning the Conference League, to use that as the fee to actually send him back to us. So don't pay the £5 million penalty. Pay £25 million, okay? Chelsea fans, you've had a taste of what you're going to get. He scored a goal in the European final. That could be the Champions League next year. That could be
He
that
was
could be
in
in
the
the
Champions League
Champions
final
League.
last year.
Listen,
You got to
exactly.
sign him,
Champions
isn't
League finalist.
No, sign him. He's champion of Europe. So
There you
sign
go.
him.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, sign him.
Sign him, Matisse. Run up the peas.
25
Nikhil
M's.
says, consider it.
Yeah.
Jono
2
says,
bill, you'd have to think
bring me
about it
more
then, wouldn't
Cold
Kenya's
Palmer
priceless.
interviews. He got cold. I heard he was the man in the match. Is that true? Cole Palmer.
Yeah, he was.
He's
Was,
played,
no,
he
no.
played
Wicked.
well.
Hey, Robbie.
Oi,
Played well.
Robbie.
bad man.
Good.
He shouldn't be playing at that
The
level.
second assist.
Nah, he's not at that level.
When he's
He's
just,
so
you know, when
nonchalant.
he's just
He's good.
holding a man off, going, yep,
He is a wicked
studs on
player.
the ball, rolls it that way.
It
That
was.
was
I think.
unreal. So
I think that was a
nonchalant,
bit weird this season. How he just fell off because
just
I
had-
do rate him as a
He
player.
just had a
But he's
difficult
young,
period
innit?
first time. We forget that this is Cole Palmer's second season playing
Yeah,
football.
yeah.
We forget that because
Yeah.
he's a late arriver because
But look at the
City weren't
trophies
getting
he's
in.
won, by the way. Champions League, Super
Exactly.
Cup,
I mean, you weren't
Conference
really
League,
like
Premier
involved
League.
like that, but he
Still-
hasn't played, so he experienced his first dip in his
Actually,
career.
you know what,
and guess what? That's what top players do. He had that dip, and now, boy,
Yeah. Actually,
making a difference.
you could be coming into form at the right time because actually, what would be a bigger prize
Club
for
World
Chelsea
Cup.
is if they win that Club World Cup because you've seen the prize money on that.
100 million.
I'll tell you now,
Unreal. That would
they
be
ain't
the
winning
big.
that, right?
Why
They
not?
are not winning that.
Bayern and
Why?
PSG.
There's no way they're beating Real Madrid in a European.
Well,
In a,
they're
oh,
Champions
it's
League.
not
You can't
even
say that.
European.
No,
Club
you can't
World
say
Cup.
that,
Beat
bro.
Real Madrid. Why can't they
Can't
beat
say
Real
that.
Madrid? They
AC,
can beat Real
this
Madrid.
Real Madrid's different version is different.
Why
man.
can't
You
they
don't
beat
know.
Real Madrid?
Okay, maybe not just Real Madrid.
Bobby, what phase is Maresca in? Oh, this is it. What phase is he?
Phase 1, mate.
They're saying it because
Phase 1.
Phase 1, mate. Yeah.
Phase 1 to win a to win a Conference League.
It's a cup.
Well, Arteta won FA
Yeah,
Cup
no,
in Phase 1.
FA
so,
Cup's harder
yeah.
to win than.
No, that's what I'm saying. So you
Yeah.
can say that.
So
back.
yeah,
Is the FA Cup harder to win than the Conference League?
Yeah.
Of course it is, man.
Yeah. Well, it depends on your run, but you
Really?
probably
Jura
have to play.
Gardens.
You have to play a Liverpool or a Chelsea.
Could
or
you
a-
put- could
they have
you-
to beat. They have to beat Chelsea and
Could
Man
you
City.
play
No?
your B team all the way and play and win a FA
Nah,
Cup?
you can't. You
Oh,
can't.
we tried
Look at
against Plymouth.
yeah,
Yeah,
Man
actually,
man
yeah,
made
yeah,
2
yeah.
changes against Plymouth and got dashed out.
Chelsea, along with Tottenham, had a better season than Arsenal. If so, here I am saying it. Well done to them.
Good point.
I hope
Well
that they
done.
go and do it again next season. But actually,
I hope you win something next
actually, they
season,
can't do that next season because they're not in those
Not in it, mate.
competitions. Why do they not just stay in those competitions
They're in
and
the
have another great
competition
season?
that you're in, so you now must win that one to show them who's boss. No?
What if they don't win it? If they bottled it? If Chelsea don't win it, have they bottled
Right,
it?
we've got to wrap because we'll be here forever.
I know, because it does sound a bit ridiculous when he says it like that.